Veteran film director Carl Reiner, winner of 11 Emmy Awards and creator of the original Dick Van Dyke Show, also happens to be Rob Reiner's father. Reiner Jr. has directed 2 films and is working on a third. I spoke with Reiner Sr. recently in New York. Your son has directed 2 very funny films and is just finishing up another in Brownsville, Oregon.
How did you know that?
Because I live in Oregon.
Oh, you live in Oregon. He's in Brownsville. I always thought he was in Eugene. That's where his hotel is. I call him on Sundays and get Eugene. He said, I'm at the Eugene Hilton. I said, who's that guy? It sounded like a guy's name, Eugene Hilton.
Are you proud of him?
Oh, are you kidding? You got any kids?
Nope.
Well, do you have a parent?
Oh, yeah,
Are your
I got
parents
one.
proud of you when they see you on television? Bet your life they are. Of course I'm proud of them. I got 3 kids I'm proud of, actually. They're all brilliant, nice, and human people.
Have you ever, or do you think you ever will be up for the same directing job?
Oh, I don't think so. And if we are, we wouldn't notice it. Matter of fact, I was developing a project, and I said, gee, Rob would be a great director for this, better than I would. And I think of him in terms of that, because I know what he can do now. When I saw Sure Thing, I said, boy, he directed that to a turn. I never could have done anywhere near as good a job. And I was very honest with myself and with him. I told him, I said, never could I do anything as good as what you did in that picture.
But do you think maybe you brought him along, taught him what he was able to develop?
I didn't teach him anything. He was one of these kids who, like most kids, observed. He was in a household where there's a lot of talk about theater and motion picture and television. And I was doing the Van Dyke Show during his most formative years, and he used to come down to the set. I didn't instruct him except the general things he heard me talk about, my opinions about things. When we watch television, watch other shows, I would give him my opinions about why I thought something was terrific or terrible. And I think kids learn that way about, well, they make judgments themselves whether they agree with it or not. But when they're very young, they take them in. And I think Rob is very strong. He got very strong feelings and opinions about life and what constitutes good drama and good comedy.
And speaking of Dick Van Dyke, you've always worked with strong comedians.
Yes, isn't that nice? First Sid Caesar, and then I made records with Mel Brooks and now John Candy. Yeah, I gravitated to it, and also I have a good working relationship with these people for some reason, because I guess we understand each other, and I'm able to contribute something that they need, and they certainly contribute more than their share to me. Being a second banana supporter of Sid Caesar, I worked in a writer's room where I had such powerfully brilliant writers that I learned an awful lot. Earn while you learn, they call it.
Because you started out as a performer, do you think that maybe you're directing yourself in Steve Martin, in Dick Van Dyke?
You bet your life I am. I always try it on for size. Sometimes if I try not to give actors line readings, but sometimes it's the fastest way to explain the tone of the scene you want. What I do is I won't use the actual lines, but I'll say, now I want that, and I'll ad-lib similar lines to show that, and because I was an actor, sometimes I can shorthand direction.
I have never, ever heard a nasty thing about Carl Reiner. Why is that?
We haven't talked to the right. No, I would say that I have covered my tracks pretty well. I haven't. The people I've been nasty to, I have probably smoothed over before. I haven't been nasty to people, and if I have to do things like firing people, which I rarely do, it's done. People accept it. I don't think I fired anybody. I can't remember firing it. But somebody, I'll get a call now and say, "Remember you fired." But no, I treat people the way I like to be treated. It's a great rule of thumb. I think it's someplace in the commandments or someplace. But I think that's one of the great commandments. If you start treating people the way you like to be treated, and I always think if I treat people badly, they'll do that to me, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So if people are mean, I have nothing to do with them. I get out of their way, get out of their sight, get out of my face, as they say.
One of the most vivid memories I have of you is in the late 60s in the Beverly Hills High School auditorium. You got a tremendous laugh from the audience by running your hand over your head and saying, "I'm glad this is an informal affair."
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, were you a student there?
Yes.
Did you know Rob?
No, he was before
You're
my
younger.
time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, I don't remember what that was. It was some function. I remember being there, but that's nice. It's a nice memory to have of me, because I've never been self-conscious about the fact I'm bald. I don't like being bald. I dream of, every once in a while I have a dream where I have a full head of hair and it's so much I have to get a haircut. But I do have those dreams, so obviously I would like to have hair. I mean, I'll trade you for your hair any day. But I am self-conscious when I wear a toupee. I'm not self-conscious when I'm not. When I wear a toupee, and because of my interest in honesty, I'm always saying to people, if I wear it, how does it look? It's a toupee. I mean, on television. I put it on television to show people when I hosted a game show. I used to put it on television. I've done it many times.
In New York, keeping an eye on the movies, I'm Corey Brunish.